Welcome, everyone. I am Stacey Hendry, health coach from Adopt a Healthy Habit. And today I'm going to talk about tips for a healthy life. So sit back and enjoy. To improve your health, I believe these 5 things are the key steps. If you work on eating better, moving more, stressing less, making sure you get good quality sleep, and having good community of people around you, your health will improve. It boosts your immune system, helps you to avoid disease and live a happier and healthier life. So we're going to talk about tips in these 5 areas today. Look at this beautiful picture, all those vibrant colors. These are all fruits and vegetables. And I always say, if you can add at least one more vegetable to your day, your health will improve. So how do you do that? There's a few things listed there about breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, and adding more vegetables. So green smoothies is a great way to start your day. Adding leftover vegetables from dinner to your omelet, having soup, salad, lean protein with vegetables for lunch and dinner, and adding vegetables to your snacks. These are ways that you can get more vegetables in your day. And that's where you get all of the antioxidants that are helping to protect your body from oxidative stress. So all the vegetables and fruits have different, each color has a different benefit. And, you can take a look at this chart and think, what am I missing? We tend to eat the red, orange, yellow, because they're more fruits. And the green is where most people slip off. But take a look over the course of the day and see how many colors are you getting into your diet? And it could be a fun thing, especially with children, to put a chart up or something and check off what you're eating over the course of a day. But if you can get all of these colors in every day, it's going to go a long way towards supporting better health. I often get the question, is it important to buy organic? And this chart, the Dirty Dozen and Clean 15, is very helpful to answer this question. Every year, the Environmental Working Group, which is an independent organization, they're not funded by any company or big pharma. They're supported by people like you and me who make donations. And every year they take all of the fruits and vegetables and test them for pesticide residue. And they put it in order. So the number 1 item has the most pesticide residue, and the things at the bottom of the list have the least. So take a look here, the Dirty Dozen, those 12 things are the top of the list for pesticide residue. So if you eat those things on a daily basis, it's really important to buy organic because you don't want to be ingesting pesticides. And then at the other end, the Clean 15, those have little to no pesticides. So if you're choosing, that's where you wouldn't need to buy organic. And, things like pineapple and watermelon have thicker skins, are less likely to absorb the pesticides, but things like berries have a lot of pesticides. So this list is really important, and you can print it out and keep it. But remember, this is just on pesticide residue. There's many other reasons to buy organic foods. For example, meats. Those are really important to buy. Make sure you're getting good quality, clean source. So you may not buy organic, but you might make sure you get pasture raised meats. You want cows that are roaming fields and living a healthy life. You don't want them packed in a pen with all these other cows where they have to get medication to stay healthy. And same with poultry. Some of the companies really squeeze the chickens into these hen houses, and they're not living a healthy life, and you don't want to ingest that. Same with wild caught seafood. You want some fishermen going out to the ocean and catching the fish as opposed to them being raised in pens where it's not necessarily clean. Not pens, tanks where it's not necessarily clean. And the other time to think about organic is for genetically modified products. Although now they're calling it bioengineered. Not really what you want to say when you're talking about your food is bioengineered food, but these are manipulated. The seeds are manipulated to get the best quality of seeds, sometimes so that they can spray them directly with pesticides and they won't be impacted, which isn't what you want. But corn, soy, and beets in the US are the ones that are genetically modified. We really don't know the impact of this because it's been on the scene for a short time. So I'd rather not be a guinea pig. So I buy organic corn when I buy corn. And same with soy and beets. Coffee is one of the most highly sprayed products for pesticides. I don't know why it's not on the Environmental Working Group's 30 dozen list, but I know it is highly sprayed. So I buy organic coffee. And when I switched to the organic coffee, I couldn't believe the change. Before that, I would get like sugar crashes and caffeine withdrawal symptoms. And once I switched to organic, I don't have any of those symptoms anymore. So it was more about the pesticide impact on my body than the caffeine. So coffee is something people, if you drink coffee, you probably have it daily. Sometimes people have a couple of cups a day. Coffee does have antioxidants and benefits to your health, but organic coffee would be better because you're getting rid of the pesticide risk. Hydration is so important. Our bodies are mostly water. And if we're not hydrating, things aren't flowing like they should be. So the goal for people is to drink half of your body weight in ounces. So someone who's 150 pounds should drink 75 ounces of water on a daily basis. And that's if you don't live in a super hot place where you're sweating a lot, or you're not like an ultimate athlete where you're exercising and sweating a lot. That's the baseline, is half your body weight. So take a look at how much you're drinking today and start to move towards your half your body weight goal. If you drink it all at once, you're just going to end up in the bathroom. Your body's not going to be able to absorb the water so quickly. But if you slowly increase, that's the best way to do it. And you want to drink a big cup when you wake up. Your body's been detoxing all night long. You dehydrated because you haven't had any liquid in 8 hours, if you're lucky to get that much sleep. So you drink a big cup in the morning, and then, split the amount of water you have to drink into 3 bunches. And you have one in the morning before you, like as soon as you get out of bed. Over the next like 20 minutes or so, try to drink that first bottle. And then the next bottle between breakfast and lunch. And then the last one between lunch and dinner. And you don't want to drink too much after dinner because you don't want to impact your sleep. But, and you also don't want to drink a lot at meals because it reduces your stomach acids and makes it a little harder for digestion. So give this some thought. This is big, hydration. So many people that I work with start drinking water and feel so much better, less tired, less cranky, because you're not getting enough hydration. So this is important. We all know that moving your body is really important for health. And these are like the 4 areas of exercise. Endurance is when you get your heart pumping, and that's helpful to your heart, of course, your lungs. It's improving your circulation and getting rid of congestion. So you don't have to go out and run a marathon, honestly. Just a walk is great, or anything where you feel that you're getting a little out of breath and your heart is pumping. If you have stairs in your house and you walk up and down them a couple of times, or go out for a walk, but try to pick up the pace periodically so you feel like you're breathing a little bit heavy, that's great. Flexibility is important because as we mature, our bodies get a little stiffer. So the more you work on your flexibility, you will combat that tightness. Some people can't touch their toes anymore, but if you try to do that on a daily basis, you will be able to do it. So you can, after dinner, if you relax on the couch to kind of wind down for the day, you can easily sit on the floor and work on flexibility. Do a little bit of stretching while you're watching TV. So you're not really needing more time in your day, just making use of the time you have. Balance is important too, because a lot of seniors will just fall and then break a hip, and that might land them in the hospital or a nursing facility. So balance is important to keep up. And you can do that easily by just standing next to a counter and then removing your hands and then lift one leg off the floor and try to balance. If you need to, you can put your hands back on the counter to steady yourself and then lift your hands off. But doing these different types of balance poses, even if you do a little bit of yoga, they often have balance poses. It goes a long way towards preventing falls. And strength exercises are extremely beneficial as well. By building your muscles, you actually burn calories while you're sitting still. A muscular body, and I don't mean a bodybuilder, just keeping your muscles toned helps to with weight loss or maintaining your weight. So just something simple like taking 2 jars of peanut butter or 2 cans of beans and lifting your arms or stretching your arms out, doing bicep curls. Something as simple as that while you're waiting for the pot to boil builds muscle. And also you can join me because I run exercise group every morning and we work on building muscle and other types of exercise, all of these types of exercises over the course of the week. But make sure you're moving. And if you can get a 10-minute walk after dinner, it goes a long way towards balancing your blood sugar. So that's beneficial as well. Self-care is very important. And a lot of people, especially women, don't take the time for themselves. We're caregivers and we're worried about everybody else. But this is a fun chart. And if you could print it out and pick one thing to add, it would be really great. We talked so far about the physical box here, the nutrition, the movement, but there's 7 other boxes. And just to highlight a couple of things, emotional, we're talking about stress reduction is really important. I mean, you can eat all the broccoli you want, but if you're stressed, you're not going to be a healthy person. So what can you do? Something like journaling, either writing your thoughts for the day in a journal or even a gratitude journal where you write 3 to 5 things that happened that day that you're grateful for. It goes a long way towards helping you realize that you have things in life that are good. Because everyone has a stressful day and we tend to think about those things that went wrong, but we forget about all the things that went right. And the gratitude journal helps you to remember that. Being social is really important too. And that doesn't mean having huge crowds of people, but just connecting with friends, with family, people who bring you joy. Positive people. Surround yourself with positive people that make you laugh and bring you joy. Spiritual, also people have a spiritual practice or prayer or even meditation, just to stop for a couple of minutes and close your eyes and focus on your breath. And that is really a great thing to do before you eat because it settles our bodies down so we're prepared to digest and we're not like rushing in, eating at our computer, being in this hyperactive mode while we're eating. We take a few minutes to breathe and relax so that we can get better benefit from our food. Now, one thing I think helps me a lot is decluttering. Sometimes it just gets a little crazy, my desk or top of my counter in the kitchen. And just to take a few minutes, even if you take 15 minutes a day or like 30 minutes once a week to declutter, I just feel that better. I just feel better, and it goes a long way towards stress reduction. So let's take a minute for this breath practice. This is just one. There's so many different varieties. You can just close your eyes and just focus on your breath. But this one is called the box breathing. And you breathe in, hold, breathe out, and hold all for the count of 4 seconds. So if you take a big exhale right now, and then start to breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Now hold it, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out slowly, 2, 3, 4, and hold again, 2, 3, 4. Now continue to do that while I'm talking. Going through this 3, 4 times, it probably takes a minute, not even a minute, but it will put your body in a more relaxed state. And if you practice it on a daily basis, let's just say you do it every morning when you wake up, or every evening before dinner, or every night before you go to bed. If you do it on a daily basis, your body gets conditioned to put itself in a relaxed state. So as soon as you were to do this breathing exercise when you are stressed, your body will remember and relax you. And so this could be good before you go into a presentation where you might be nervous, or you have to have a complicated conversation with somebody, or you're on the highway driving. That's another time where people get a little crazed. So you just do this breathing exercise. You keep your eyes open, of course, if you're driving, and just do the breathing exercise. So I highly recommend trying this particular one, or if you have a different one, that's great too. And try it every day for a week or two and see how you feel. So sleep, this is when our body detoxes, it heals, and also cleans up a lot of the impact of the stress of the day. So the impact of not sleeping well is that, of course, we're less productive, but we also crave foods like sugar and carbs, and that's because we're tired. So sometimes in the afternoon, that's when you get a little sleepy and you start to crave sugar, carbs, or more coffee. Emotional eating is more common because you just don't have the resilience, because you're not well rested, more likely to make poor food choices, and more likely to snap at people. And it also leads to hormone imbalance and a lot of stress and strain on our bodies, which it leads to dis-ease. So we want to sleep well. That's really the bottom line. And again, this chart is another one you can print and try a few things. But one of the biggest things, I think, is to have a nighttime routine. And that would start with dinner. So if you can finish up dinner at least 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours before you're going to go to bed. So if your bedtime's 10 o'clock, if you finish by 7, that's great. And then after you finish, you brush your teeth, put on whatever you sleep in, and start to wind down and getting yourself ready for bedtime. And that can include, a meditation or a breathing exercise, a little bit of stretching, a walk, but also just preparing yourself for sleep. So don't watch a stressful show. Put your electronics away. Also, it's not good at all to be sitting on our phones or our computers until the moment we go into the bedroom and go to sleep. The stimulation from the screen lights, it tells our body it's time to wake up, not time to go to sleep. So get yourself ready, prepare, finish up, have a time where 5 o'clock, I'm done with work, I'm done with my electronics, check everything you need to check, and then put them aside and try not to go back to them. It's so easy to do because we have games on there, but the best you can is put your electronics aside before you go to sleep. And then making it very dark in your room. And sometimes with the clock we have in the room, or maybe a power strip, they have these little lights on them, and it does brighten the room. So having a completely dark room tells our body it's time to be sleeping. So look around and see what kind of lights you can get rid of. And if you do wake up, avoid looking at your phone, because that is just going to tell your body it's time to get up. So try to either not keep your phone in your bedroom, but if you use it for an alarm clock, put it on airplane mode, turn the Wi-Fi off. So this way it's not really working if you pick it up. And you can just look at the clock and put it back down, and try to do some deep breathing exercises to get yourself back to sleep. And lastly, community. There was a book written about the blue zones. There are 5 areas of the world not the US, but the world, that have the most centurions, people over 100 who are healthy and vibrant. And those 5 areas called the blue zones, what they attribute it to is all the things we talked about today: getting out and doing a walk, having community. Some of these are small villages, and there's really great community. So it's not just what you eat and how you move, but also, just how you feel about your life. You want to be grateful for your life and grateful for the people in it. So the community part of it goes a long way. So, have lunch with people that you work with. See your family and friends or people who bring you joy. Spend time, make sure you make time for that and you're not just working all the time. So those are my tips. I hope that you'll go back and pick something, at least one thing, to focus on in the next week or two, and then go back and look for a second thing. And these simple steps, it's not an overhaul to better health. It's simple steps. Pick one thing at a time and add it, but make it a habit. Find a way to make it a habit. And that's what I help people with, finding the ways to make things a habit and finding fun things to choose, not a marathon if that's not your thing. So thank you for coming and for listening. For more information, I do have a website, Adopt a Healthy Habit. I also have a YouTube channel with many videos like this that you could check out. And that is my email address there. I am always willing to answer a question and offer a complimentary half-hour consult to look at your health and where you could add a healthy habit or two. So please reach out and also follow me on Facebook. I often post healthy tips there as well. Have a great day and share this with your family and friends so that they can live a healthy life as well.